It's day 339. Today was a pretty productive day. I started on my software company, which I don't remember if I was talking about it in the last video, but basically I'm building a software company that's going to do a bunch of things. Basically, it's going to use AI to auto apply to jobs for people. And it's not going to do it like spammy. It's going to be, custom cover letters, resumes, and like pre-qualified questions. And so it's going to be completely custom tailored, and it's going to be like different tiers, but like someone could do like 100 applications a day through our system and have it auto apply, fill in their information, their resume, create a custom cover letter for that specific job, and then apply on their behalf. And yeah, I really think it has a lot of potential. And so today I built out the whole kind of UI. I built the landing page, the dashboard, the user interface, and it's not like I'm doing this shit on Shopify or fucking Squarespace or what have you. This is fully custom built. Now I am using they're called boilerplates in the SaaS world, but you basically just it's like a code base that's already built out and you just kind of customize it. So I don't have to worry about like signups and managing all of that. It's just like I just input what I want to change and like new pages and like stuff like that in design, and then eventually the back end and kind of how it runs and how it functions. So definitely saving me a ton of work, and it's been nice. But yeah, some decent progress today. I made the whole website, through AI obviously, but good progress nonetheless. And I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to do very well, but I have felt that way before about the current info product I'm running, and I felt that way about other businesses. So I'm not going to get too excited or raise my expectations too much with this business, because I know that feeling and I don't want to feel that again if it failed. So I'm starting to know myself a bit better, and yeah, there is the idea of you switching up too much, you're never gonna grow at one thing. But to be fair, the way I thought about it was I have these leads, right? So I have hundreds of thousands of leads of people that are interested in job openings and job opportunities. So it's I was originally thinking and I emailed them before, selling an info product, selling an ebook that did not do too hot. But a lot of that was my fault, and I could have made it a lot better. So I was thinking I'm gonna run that offer back up because I have all these leads. I'm gonna create a better info product. It's gonna be more valuable. It's gonna be more trustworthy, blah, blah, blah. And then I had the thought, I was well, what if I just created a software company that was extremely tailored to this audience? And it's what's a good idea for that? Well, maybe a software that could get them a ton of interviews, because isn't that what you want? So yeah, that would be much more valuable to them, and it'd be much more cool for me to build something like that. And I just figured it would be a lot more in line with these leads, and as well as a lot more in line with what I want to do. So I don't think it's necessarily switching gears. I think it's capitalizing on an opportunity, and I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing, meaning my original Shopify store, e-commerce physical product store. I'm gonna keep running that, and then I'm gonna keep running the info product I have right now, targeted towards influencers. And both those two, I make enough money to get by, or relatively. And so it's I'm gonna keep doing those. I'm gonna keep growing those and focusing on those. But the truth is, like I said in previous videos, those only take an hour a day max. You know what I mean? To even to grow. You know what I mean? So it's I'm wasting a lot of time here by not doing something else. And I figure the worst case with the software company is it doesn't gain traction. I don't get a ton of users, and I don't get rich. Boo hoo. Maybe I get to 5K a month, or a couple thousand a month, or, you know, a couple like 10, 20, 50, 100 users, like nothing crazy. But I think like I would gain a ton of experience. I mean, I would have built a whole software company. I would gain a ton of experience, software engineering, developing, like just embodying the whole process, as well as I would learn a ton about AI, and like all that stuff is basically the future. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just gearing up. I'm teaching myself. You know, I'm self-taught through doing. So I think that's worst case scenario, is I just get a ton of experience and knowledge and skills on AI, coding, software, everything in between. And I think those are valuable skills. So that's worst case scenario. So I'm like, that'll be better than just me coming up with like an ebook or another info product or a course. Like those things do require skill, of course, but I don't think it's as aligned with where we are headed as society or whatnot. So I think it's better use of my time. And like I said, worst case scenario, I just get a bunch of skills out of it and experience. But that's obviously not what I'm aiming for. I mean, that is, but like I want to get paid, obviously. So, but my expectations are not very high at all. Like, I mean, I know what I can do, and like think about it like this. I'm gonna give you the what you want to hear. I'm gonna give you the numbers breakdown just because I like to run it down too. So I have, let's say I have 100,000 leads. I have more than that, but let's use it for this example. So I'm converting at about 1 to 2% on my current info product for influencers. And the messaging is targeted, so it's the same kind of use case. It's, you know, targeted to students, targeted to influencers. The product market fit is the same, or relatively, and I'm converting at like 1 to 2%. Now, the leads on these students, the metrics are way better. The click rates are way better. They're more engaged in the emails. So the email sequence as a whole is already going to perform way better than my current influencer business. So that right there is a bonus. That's a positive. But if I converted 1% of 100,000 people, that'll be 1,000 people signing up for my software. And I think a price point for this could be anywhere from 50 to 200 bucks a month. So it's like, if I average 100 bucks a month, that's 100K a month from my software on 1,000 sales, versus if I made like a half decent info product or a course, I could maybe sell it for 20 to 50 bucks. It's like 20 to 50K, maybe over the span, given this is over the span of a month, if not longer. So it's not short and it's not going to be easy, but like, that's the numbers breakdown. You know, I know what I can convert at in cold email. I'm doing it right now. You know, this is no longer like a pipe dream. Like, I have solid metrics and I have skills that I've built up in cold email and email marketing. So I know I can grow a business through that, and I have the leads. So I really don't think it'll flop, but I'm definitely not banking on anything with it. The only thing I'm banking on is experience and skills. And I'm also making a little challenge out of it, because I like to work fast and I'm a little impatient. So I'm trying to get this done in the month of April. So by the end of the month, I want to have a minimum viable product. So I want to have a software that, like I said, can, you know, source jobs that are tailored to you and your preferences, and auto apply to them for you, and then give you an update and give you metrics on how they're doing and whatnot. So I want to have that done by the end of the month, and it's not going to be super crazy to do. I mean, there are a lot of moving pieces, but overall, this is not like groundbreaking technology that I'm working on. It's actually very simple. But for me as a marketer, not a developer, it is a little, you know, groundbreaking. But yeah, I think it's very cool, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to work on. I had a lot of fun today just working on the front end stuff and just trying to think it through and seeing this whole thing to come together. And I think another aspect that's going to be killer, another angle that's going to really help us out, is I was originally thinking like, oh, I'm just going to use Indeed and LinkedIn to source jobs, right? The problem with those websites is you need to be logged in to apply. You know, that's how they kind of track and manage your stuff. So that's like a whole nother layer of complexity in terms of automation, in terms of automating the application process, because you can't just run a bunch of like scripts, like Python scripts, to automate the application when you have to be signed into Indeed, you know. So it really wouldn't have worked out, but I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scrape basically the entire internet and find every single job posting on company websites, collect it all into my database. And I mean, there's probably a given, like probably at least 100,000 job openings, you know, remote and location based. And I'm going to compile those in my database. And then it's like, I have an exclusive list of job opportunities. You know, I have 100,000 plus job opportunities, job openings in my database. Like those are mine, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously they're not mine, but I did the work to get them. And that's exclusive, right? Because you got to think too, the jobs on LinkedIn and the jobs on Indeed are getting, you know, hundreds of applications a week, you know what I mean? So you're just getting drowned out. But the ones on the company pages, you know, no one ever really looks there unless you're really looking at that specific company. So I'm providing job openings and opportunities that most people would never see or never know how to find. So I think I have a unique value position right there. And it also works perfectly well because I would have never been able to integrate with LinkedIn or Indeed. So it's a cool angle. And yeah, just thinking about this whole business plan, a lot of things pop up, and I just think it's the right move for me. And that does not mean, like I said, I'm abandoning anything else. In fact, I'm probably going to be going harder on both the businesses I'm working on right now, but they're at a point where it's like I have to do very little work for them, and they're making me money. You know what I mean? It's a good position to be in. They're almost passive income. So it's like I have all this time. Let's create something cool. You know, worst case, I have a software company and I learn skills and experiences, and that's it. Best case, I'm making 100K a month. You know what I mean? I'll take that. I'll take the chance. And putting the time strain on it might hurt development, but I also think it's a good goal to strive for, and I think it'll push me, and I'll be able to create something cool in a short amount of time. And yeah, this is also not a groundbreaking idea anyway. Don't think you can just go steal this and make millions. I mean, there's softwares that already exist that basically do the same thing. I just think I can do it better, and I think I can present it better, and I think I can price it better and structure it and market it better. You know what I mean? That's kind of how business works. You know, no idea is unique. So I'm gonna come in and get my market space, you know, get my market share. I think it'll be really fun to work on this because when I was building this scraper for these influencer leads, when I was building that, that was honestly a blast. Like just working all day, working on something that needs constant like problem solving, constant work and improvement is honestly pretty fun to have in your life. You know, you just have a mission. You know what I mean? Like your brain's 24/7 just thinking about it. You just want to continue working and continue improving and finally hit that point. You know what I mean? Like you're just going. So it's definitely a good feeling, and I like being in those situations. So I'm excited, and yeah, I want to work on it right now. So it's a good thing. Yeah, this was kind of off a whim, but I think it just came through the windfall, and I think it's a good opportunity for me to work on. And we'll see how it goes. You know, I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not guaranteeing any revenue. Like I said, all I really want to do is gain experience, is gain knowledge, and understand AI and software more. And I think it would be cool to have a software company. So, yeah, that really does it for me today, and I'll see you all tomorrow.